What's up guys, it's Aleks Dayum. So today's video is going to be a leg workout. So this is the last day in my training split. So it's Sunday, we're going to hit a sick leg workout and it's going to be focused on just quads and calves. So the first exercise for the workout is going to be front squats. This helps target your quads. This is the absolute #1 best exercise you can do if you want to make your quads grow. Trust me on that, you have to do it. It may feel awkward when you start doing it. It took me quite a while to start getting used to it, but trust me, it's the absolute best exercise for quads. You have to do it at least once a week. Alright, so I think it's time to take our relationship to the next level, and I want to share more with you guys. So I think it's time for me to show you my package. So I spit my gum out and the pants are off, so it's time to get fucking serious. When you first start doing front squats, I recommend just using the bar to get used to the movement. So once you've adjusted to the movement and you're used to it, then start slowly adding on weight to add more resistance and make more gains. Alright, so here I'm just going to show you where I positioned the bar for front squats. So you just put it in between like the groove of like your shoulder. Put your shoulders under, in between the groove there. So for front squats, every single rep, I go down till my legs are parallel to the ground. That's a stock standard for any time you're doing a squat. You gotta make sure your legs go down all the way till you're parallel. So that means ass to grass. Another thing is, I try to, as I'm moving down, I try to focus more on actually tensing my quads. So I lean forward a bit more. That's gonna help emphasize your quads more. And also when I come up, I like to lock out sometimes and squeeze my quads and then go back down. This is just to put more emphasis on your quads so they grow more, you tear more muscle fibers, and you're gonna make more gains. So with this workout being uploaded, now my whole 7-day training split is up on YouTube. I've actually made a whole playlist showing you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's workout. I'll leave it in the description below so you can check out my whole training split and you can copy it or just incorporate certain parts into your own training routine. So I don't know if you've noticed, but my other workout videos, what I do is I cut out the background audio and I put music in the background. This time I've decided to leave the footage raw. What I need you to do is let me know in the comment section below what type of style of video you prefer. Whether you prefer music in the background or raw footage like this. Your feedback is really important to me, so make sure you let me know in the comment section. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. So you want to position your feet more higher up to target your quads better, and closer together is better as well, so something like that. That's about where I put my legs. So the next exercise for the workout is going to be hack squats. This is another great exercise to target your quads. So it's pretty similar to a normal squat. Make sure you're going down all the way so your legs are parallel with the platform. You don't need to go too heavy for this one because from the front squats you should be pretty fatigued. That's a really great exercise. So with the hack squats you really don't need to go too heavy. Focus more on your form, and as you're going down, really focus on leaning a bit more forward to use your quads to emphasize them more, and as you're coming up, really focus on contracting them hard. Who knows what the fuck is in that Big Mac? Someone could fucking just in it, you never fucking know. It's fucking disgusting. Don't eat McDonald's. Well actually, you can eat it here and there, and when I say here and there I mean like once a fucking year. I tell you what, the only time eating at McDonald's is acceptable is if you're doing a 10,000 calorie challenge or like an eating challenge for YouTube. So I do 2 leg sessions every single week. One session on Thursday is going to be focused on quads, hamstrings, and calves. And then the second workout of the week, which I do on a Sunday, which is this video, I like to focus just on quads and calves because those are the 2 muscle groups that I want to grow more. My hamstrings, I do want them to grow, but I'd rather emphasize more energy on quads and calves. But you still need to train all 3 muscle groups because you want them all to be in balance, not just for aesthetic purposes, but for functionality. but for being functional and also your strength. At the end of the movement, just flex them out a bit, get that contraction. So the next exercise for the workout is going to be leg extensions, another great exercise to help target your quads. So what we're going to do here is something a little bit different. So we're going to start off by doing like 8 to 12 reps with just single leg. So you're going to do one leg at a time, and then you're going to increase the weight and then do 2 legs at a time. So you're basically doing like 2 sets in one set. And we're going to do 5 sets of that. So in reality, you're doing about 10 sets altogether. And the last set is going to be a drop set. So you're going to do 4 sets all in one go. This is going to smash out your quads, really hit them hard. You're going to get a great pump, tear muscle fibers, and make a lot of gains. You got to push yourself if you want your legs to grow. Any sort of muscle group, you need to make sure you're providing a lot of stimulus and a lot of resistance. That's the only way you're going to tear your muscle fibers, and that's the only way they're going to grow. For leg extensions, try to slow down the movement as much as possible. This is going to help you focus a lot more on actually squeezing your quads, and then when you're coming back, you need to focus on actually controlling the weight and stretching them. Don't just let the weight drop. Sometimes I do that. I do the movement way too fast, and I'm not actually focusing on my quads enough. You're going to make sure you really slow the movement down. It's going to help emphasize your quads more, and you're going to make more gains. Because when you're just moving it fast and mindlessly, you won't be engaging the muscle group itself as much, so you're not going to be benefiting that much. So it's really important to slow down and actually control the weight. Don't just let your legs swing, because then you're engaging different muscle groups, and so you're not going to hit your quads as well. Don't mind me, it's just leg day, doing some curls. That's what you call efficiency. Okay, so the next exercise is going to be walking lunges, and we're going to use dumbbells. For lunges, I highly recommend doing walking, like steps. Don't do it in one spot. It feels a lot better when you're actually doing it walking. When I first started doing lunges, I would do it in one spot. I highly recommend you do the walking version. It's a lot better. And also, I like to switch it up between dumbbells and barbells. So one workout I'll do dumbbells, and then the next workout I'll use barbells. That's just change it up a little bit, and it'll provide a little bit of a different stimulus, and so you're gonna grow more. So one thing you wanna watch out for is you don't want your knees to go past your toe in any way. That's going to help prevent injuries, and it's going to help emphasize your quads more. So make sure your knees don't go past your toes. Sometimes I'm guilty of it. I will admit that. I am working on it, so make sure you guys avoid that and learn from my mistakes. Another thing is, once you plant your feet on the ground, that's when you start coming down. You don't really need to lean forward. As soon as you put your, for example, let's say when you put your right leg out, that's when you start dropping down to the ground and go down vertically. Don't lean forward, and that's gonna make sure that your knee is not going past your foot. My form isn't perfect on lunges, I will admit that. So I'm sorry that I can't show you 100% perfect form in every single set. But yeah, I'm not perfect at every single exercise, and so I am still learning with this one. But my form has improved from when I first started, which is a good thing. And also, when you step out, for example, when you're using your right foot, don't step out completely straight in a straight line. What you want to do is step out just to a bit of an angle, so you're stepping outwards. It's going to help target your quads more. So lunges is a great exercise to help emphasize your quads. So when you're coming down, you really want to focus on squeezing your quads as much as possible. And when you're coming up, actually lifting off with your quads, not using your glutes or your hamstrings. That little mind-muscle connection and that concentration, that's what's going to tear more muscle fibers and make you grow more. Your feet close together. So that is it for quads. Now we are moving on to calves. The first exercise we're going to do for calves is like calf presses. So what you're going to do is go onto a leg press and then do calf presses on that. This is a pretty cool exercise because you can go decently heavy on it, so you can push a good amount of weight. So make sure you're pushing yourself, getting about 8 to 12 reps. When you're training calves, you really need to slow it down and focus on using just your calves and nothing else. Make sure you stretch your calves in between all of your sets. As your feet are going down towards the platform, focus on that stretch. Feel those muscle fibers stretching, and when you're coming up, use just your calves and really focus on that contraction and squeezing your calves as much as possible. And in between all of your sets, you want to stretch your calves for about 10 to 15 seconds. Every single set, no matter what, always stretch your calves as much as you can. It's going to give you more range of motion, and more range of motion is going to allow you to stretch more muscle fibers, hit a harder contraction, therefore you're going to tear more muscle fibers, and your calves are going to grow more. Alright, so last exercise for the workout is going to be calf raises. Another great exercise for calves. Very similar to the previous exercise. As you're coming down, really focus on that stretch, control the weight, slow it down, and as you're coming up, use just your calves, focus on that contraction, really feel the squeeze, and then come down again and rinse and repeat. And again, in between all of your sets, make sure you are stretching your calves. And don't be afraid to go heavy when you're doing calves, but at the same time, don't sacrifice good form for a lot of weight. Make sure your form is close to perfect, and make sure with the weight you're doing, you can hit 8 to 12 reps, because that's the optimal rep range for muscle growth. So at the end here, I'm just fucking around and showing you my quads. To be honest, they're not great at all. My legs are really lacking compared to my upper body, but that's why I'm showing you, because I'm not perfect. And it's also for me, like I can look back on this one day when I have improved my legs and I can see how far I've come. But I'm also showing you guys so you can see right now my legs aren't the best, they're not that great, but trust me, in 1 or 2 years I'll show you guys, I'll have fucking crazy legs, I promise you that. And then I'll show you this video and it'll be like a cool little comparison, so I can show you guys you can fucking grow your legs. You just got to train them hard, you got to hit them multiple times per week, so twice a week. You got to go decently heavy, but you need good form at the same time, so 8 to 12 reps, a lot of frequency, so you need at least 4 to 5 sets for every exercise, and you need to do a lot of exercise for each workout. 6 to 7 exercises per leg workout is perfect. Alright, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and always remember to keep the pump.